no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadidi. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These know ain't no cap in it. Put a stack in it. I'm by that, ain't stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue. I can't be no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sending me talk from a sit that'll be when I get to me. My check don't discriminate. Still take deposits if you talking Vietnamese. I just be having my way. Only care about what the pay tell us say. Urge you wanna be, but don't got a whip and rag on no petty. Let's stop talk with that on your hip. If you ain't gonna rip it up, pop it. I'm thinking like show me a benefit.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion left goes Cooks. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at the 40. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this down to the 33. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. The point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. He's got room at the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Second and 8. In motion left goes Cooks. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end Tunyon. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point up and through, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okuebu now. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Wilson. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown Broncos. Albert 34 yards. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score. Extra point from McManus is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Phillips now from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now Rodgers toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second into his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Rodgers now on first down. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On second and 7, Rodgers. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 26 and a first down. Off the option, it's Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 11. From the shotgun, again to Jones. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And his kick here is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And how about this, a fake? And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big first down.
Bro, I did not know you could do that unless you just wailing. Glad I'm streaming.
You threw the football and you're passed off of a fake.
Yeah, but unsuccessful back in my high school days. Old Tim Jones dropped it, hit him right in the numbers. But I'll tell you what, these guys, they love this opportunity, don't they? That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep, and he is going to lose yardage here. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Wilson. This goes out wide for Drake. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, Nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd down, it's Drake, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by McManus is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the option, it's Jones. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the option, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got it to about the 40.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the option, it's Jones. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
An inside give to Jones. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as they'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now it's Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are right back in this football game.
And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Packers
Broncos are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. The give is to Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On play action, Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Running the sweep with McLaurin. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
One back in the game, that's Jones, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that flag accepted. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at the 40. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Kenyon Drake, 27 yards. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them,
is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Rodgers to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there, because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Here's Wilson. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now Wilson.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Aaron Stokes.
So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for two. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Green Bay, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's, dangerous.